Hi, I'm Joseph Zenner, and I'm here to talk with y'all today about how to get it right with network marketing, and most of this is going to come from how I've gotten it wrong, very wrong, for a long time. I've been in network marketing 5+ years, and I've made probably every one of the mistakes that you can make. I'm lucky that I have really good friendships, or I would have alienated a lot more friends. I have actually alienated some friends that I still don't talk to that much. So I don't want that for other people. So I'm creating this video called How to Alienate Your Friends with Network Marketing. It's kind of goofing around to show you um, what not to do and what to do to keep it very, very simple, because the more simple we make it, the better this works and the more people can have amazing products. You know, it's my belief that the network marketing industry holds some of the very best nutritional products out there. And so if we can't get this message across with integrity and with permissions to talk to people about this, and we're alienating people, they're not going to get to try these products. So this is a process that's been put together. This isn't mine, but I've collected different things that I like from different places. So we're going to go over two different techniques. One is called Learn, Use, Share, and the other one is Peak, Pass, and Plug. They're both very similar, and I'll show you how they relate to each other as we move along. The first thing you want to do when you're starting your network marketing business, direct sales, whatever, is going to be to create your list. Now, most people, when they hear this say to themselves, I don't need a list, I've got it in my head. I'm going to offer to you, make a list, please. It will benefit you in a huge way. And then put some columns and make little check marks on whether they've seen an intro video and whether they've gone through the different steps that we're about to go through, so that you know where you're at with them. And what I'm going to offer to you is try to get to an empowered yes or an empowered no within 3 to 5 days with everyone you talk to. Because I can tell you from experience, I have some maybes and one days that have literally been putting me off for 2 years. Oh yeah, soon, one day soon, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I didn't empower them to give me an empowered yes or no. And because of that, now it kind of drags on and on for a bit. So we're going to go over how to not have that happen to you. So if you haven't made a list, you can pause the video now, make a list, come back to this video and continue, or you can do whatever the heck you want because you're the CEO of your own business. Okay, so first I want to show off, first I want to let you guys know that whatever you say to anyone you're contacting on your list, they're going to believe that they have to memorize every single word of it. So if you're trying to show off all the knowledge you've been studying and regurgitate a bunch of information to them, they're not going to be impressed, first off, because they're wondering who you are and why you've changed and started spitting all this weird talk at them. And second off, they're thinking to themselves, wow, I don't really want to memorize stuff, and I don't know what this is or who this person is talking to me, but it's not my friend anymore. Like, it's just not, it's us being in our ego. It's us wanting to share all that we know. And what I'm going to tell you is the good news is you can be in that position. You can teach classes and you can be in the position where you share information, but it's going to be from a third-party perspective, from a third-party call, and we'll get to that in a moment in how you can share from that angle, just not with your people. So we'll get to that in a moment. Okay, so we're going to start with Learn, Use, Share. Learn. This is where we're asking people if they're willing to educate themselves on what we have. It could be educate themselves on a plant, like Zija, one of the primary companies I work with. We educate people on moringa. So it looks like this. Hey, Kathy, I know you're into nutrition, or I know you're looking to release a few pounds, or I know you're looking to toxic cleanse. Have you heard of moringa yet? And usually they're going to say no, because not many people have heard of this miracle plant yet. And you say, great, I'd love to share a video with you. Do you think you could watch it by the end of the night tonight? So again, we're getting permission, and we're putting a sense of urgency on it, because if we don't put a sense of urgency on it, they're not going to put a sense of urgency on it. And then you're going to check back with them every few days. They just haven't quite got around to doing it. They've been really busy, and you become this pest. Like you become this, hey, did you watch my video yet? Did you watch my video yet? What about now? Hey, did you watch it yet? Hey, what about now? Like, and it's because they didn't put a sense of urgency on it in the beginning when we asked them to, because we didn't put a sense of urgency on it ourselves. So if you don't want to become that pest, put a sense of urgency on it. Ask them if they can watch it by the end of the day. Oftentimes they're going to say no, but I can watch it tomorrow. Okay, great. And sometimes they're going to say no, I don't have interest. Okay, great. Now I know they don't have interest. No, scratch off the list, and then move on with your friendship in the normal way. You don't have to share this with them anymore. You've gotten to an empowered no. But all through this process, we're going to be asking yes or no questions. That's it. So another thing to do with that is when you're calling someone for the first time, you can say, hey, I've only got a minute. That way they know you're not going to, that way it keeps you from rambling and talking about, hey, I've only got a minute. I know you're into this and this. Have you heard of Moringa? No. Okay, great. I have a video I can share with you. That's a great documentary on it. It's only about 11 minutes. Do you think you could watch that by the end of the day today? Or something like that. And then you get their answer, yes, sure, I can do that. Okay, great. By what time? 7 o'clock. Awesome. I'll call you at 7:30. And so now we're going to call them at 7:30 when they say, after they've watched it, and we're going to just ask them one simple question. What did you like about it? The reason we're doing that is we're tuning into what they liked about it. It doesn't matter what we liked about it, and if we go on vomiting information at them, we're going to be vomiting stuff that we liked about the plant or the video or whatever it is we shared. But we want to listen to what they liked about it. Was it the toxic cleansing portion of it? Was it the high nutrient density? Was it they think they can help their mother-in-law with her shingles, or whatever it is that intrigued them? We're tuning in. We're really active listening so that now we know what video to share next or what products to recommend, Now, once we get to this point, this is a point where you have an option. You can either plug them in. So talking about peak, plug, and pass. We've piqued their interest. Have you heard of Moringa? No. What is it? They're intrigued. We've plugged them into a video. We've sent them a video. And by the way, you can find the links to the Moringa videos below and some videos on the Ameo essential oils from Zija as well. I'll just put those below so that you can find them here on YouTube. We've plugged them into the video. Now it's time to pass. So pass is about third-party validation. We want to get one of our support team on the line to help support us. What I offer is that get to know your support team very well. Whatever business you're in, get to know all the way up. Like, don't be afraid to talk to the people way up above you that are making lots and lots of money. Those of you that are watching this on my team with Zija, we have Tommy and Joel, Tommy Chop and Joel McNish, which are both seven-figure income earners that literally have lots and lots of time. They just sit around, they don't sit around watching their phone, but they are available to us anytime we need them. We can set up a call with them, a three-way call, to have them talk to our people for us, and that's the key. And when I was saying earlier, you will get a chance to share information. What I'm offering as a way to do this, and again, you're the CEO, you do what you want, but what I'm offering is don't talk to your friends about this. Just don't. Just share a video and then connect them with a third party that the third party person can share information, can answer questions, can do these things. That way your friends know that they won't have to do that. They can bring someone in from their support team, which is the same support team as yours, to help them. And that's when they can utilize you. So your friends' friends, you can talk to them about it. So you can share information with your friends' friends because you're now the third-party validation. You're coming on to answer questions. And at what point do you do that? Well, whenever you're comfortable with it. If you never get comfortable with it, you can always tie people up to your, connect people with your support team above you and never have to do the third-party validation. But if you want to share information, if you like talking molecules and nutrition and health, then yeah, learn a bunch of stuff and share it with people. It's very important to listen to what people are asking for, because a lot of times we're wanting to share all this information, and if we just answer their questions they're asking and not offer additional information, it doesn't bog them down. It doesn't overwhelm them as much, because when they ask one question and we answer 5 questions, they're like, whoa, what's coming at me? I don't understand what all this is. I'm very overwhelmed. So just focus on the questions they're asking, answer those, and then whether or not you've connected to a third-party validation person via a three-way call or live at a Starbucks or wherever, someone's house, this next step is learn, use, share. Use you can do with a third-party validation, or you can do it by yourself. It depends on how comfortable you are with it, but it's a very simple question that a lot of people miss. So I'm going to pretend we're with Zija because Zija has a 30-day money back. So these products that I've shared with you, the videos with you, they have a 30-day money back. So if you don't enjoy the product and get a wow from it, you don't even have to return your product. You can get a full refund on it. So knowing that, would you be willing to try these products for 30 days and see how you feel? You know, you can say like, I'm new to this business, I'm looking to collect testimonials, or I really think this may impact your life like it's impacted mine. We always want to make it about us. We don't want to say, I think you would love this because you are sick and that's bringing up mommy issues for them. I love this product because it did this for me. So in terms of sharing, like I mentioned earlier, we don't want to share a bunch of information and facts. We do want to share testimonials. If you have a testimonial to share from yourself, someone you know personally, it could be someone in your support team, you can tell their stories and share those testimonials, because that is something we want to share. This is how I felt before. This is how I felt after. Very simple. I'd like for you to try it. I think maybe you have a similar experience, and I'm collecting testimonials. Would you be willing to try this for 30 days? You see what I'm saying? So keep it as simple as possible. I know I kind of overworded it there a little bit, but keep it as simple as possible. Are you willing to try this for 30 days? If you get 10 no's, you already have your team built, and you'll already have a lot of people loving it. You'll probably have heard at least a couple or a few miracle stories that you won't even believe just by collecting 10 no's, because this is a step that most people don't take. They're going to share information, and they never ask if people want to try it. And people are waiting. Like, people love to say yes, especially to their friends if they're looking to help them out or whatnot. So people are wanting to say yes. Give them an opportunity to say yes. And does that mean everyone's going to say yes? Of course not. You're going to get some no's. But that's okay. Like, it's okay for people to say no. It might be a no maybe later, or no, I'm not interested at all, or not now, but when my check comes in 2 weeks. But you're going to know where they stand. And if you don't get to that point within, I'd say, 3 to 5 days, then you're just dragging this process out. Like when people go to Whole Foods to select a new nutritional product or supplement to try, they don't go research it for weeks and months. You know, like they make a decision and they try it. You know, it's this moringa stuff is $3 a day. It replaces at least that in food budget for me, and it replaces all my vitamins, caffeine, coffee, sodas, energy drinks, and whatnot. So it's a phenomenal bargain. For me, it saves me a ton of money, makes me feel amazing. I feel more focused, more energy, more clarity. So why wouldn't I want to share that with my friends? Like, why wouldn't I want my friends to experience that? And I'm not afraid to ask them if they'd like to try it, yes or no. And if they say no, that's great. If they say yes, it's even greater. So the last step is share. You know, learn, use, share. Now, you're going to know with your contacts, your friends, your family, whether to ask them if they are willing to share this before or after they try it. Most often, I would say it's going to be after they fall in love with the product. But sometimes, if it's someone that's an entrepreneur, if it's someone that's looking to get their products paid for, if they already know they like it, or if they've tried a sample and they already know they love it, or if they've studied enough materials from what you've sent them and they already know they're going to love it, or if you can just feel that they're ready to share it, you can say, you know, if you try this product for a week, or if they've already tried it, then the conversation changes, obviously. But if you've tried this product for a week and you're absolutely loving the way you feel, are you willing to share this like you would a good movie or a restaurant? And again, some people are going to say no to this. That's fine. You know, this referrals, referring people to other people is not for everyone. Some people are just kind of shy. The reality is, though, when you have the right product and people feel a wow from it, they're going to tell people about it. And this business model of network marketing, direct sales, it's built on that. It's built on trust, and it's built on word of mouth. It's called belly to belly. It's word of mouth marketing, because really that's all we can trust anymore. You know, you can't trust the ads on TV. You can't trust the radio ads. No one even looks at the newspaper anymore. So, like, we're trusting other people. Am I violating someone else's trust when I ask them to trust me and try something? Absolutely not. If I know it's amazing and they try it and they love it, guess what? Their trust for me just got greater. Their trust just expanded for me. And so I have no qualms with asking people to trust me and try something. You know, are you willing to trust me and try this? So those are the basic steps. So what you want to do before you set up a third-party call with your support team is to go ahead and tell them whether you would like to ask this person if they're willing to share or not. And you can also ask them to ask the question of whether they're willing to use. If you're not ready to ask that question, have your support team ask it. They're totally fine with asking that question. They've done it enough times to be very comfortable with it. They know how to word it so that it's not evasive in any way. People are going to be able to answer yes or no, and no harm either direction. So let them know what you'd like, where you'd like for them to take over on getting this person through the process and asking them the right yes or no questions. So I hope that made sense. I think that's most of what I wanted to cover. Yeah, I mean, I think we covered everything. What we want to do is keep it really simple. Keep your list and don't burn your list. The way we burn a list is to go through and just talk to everyone about the products, and even worse, talk to them about the business and about sponsorships and enrollers, and they get all confused. Like, they don't understand what all that means, and they don't need to understand what that means at this point. They haven't even tried the product. It's like, would I offer you, some information on something, say, hey, I know you haven't tried this, here's some information on it, you want to sell it? Like, of course you don't. Like, that's taking someone to bed on the first date. Let's have some respect for our dates. Let's take the process a little bit slower and get permissions all along the way to share. Do you want to learn? Do you want to use? Do you want to share? So we want to be able to have permissions to share information, to share what we have, because if we get this wrong and we don't do this in integrity, everyone loses. They don't get, our friends and family and loved ones don't get to try our products because we alienated them. We didn't get permissions. We told them what they need to do or what they have to do or whatever. We didn't use our words correctly and empower them. So let's shift that. Let's change that for our team. Let's change that for more and more people out there. And let's change the game on network marketing, because, like I said, I think some of the very best nutritional products on the planet are within direct sales and network marketing. And it's because when you have a higher end product, you don't want to just throw it in some Walmart and let it sit next to a cheap, crappy product and not sell, because people don't know why. No one's telling them why to buy the higher end product. And that's what we do. We educate people. So that's all I have. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time. How much time did we take? 17 minutes, much longer than I hoped. But I hope you learned something from my mistakes. I've made almost every mistake that I mentioned here today. But this is the very simplistic version of how to do this. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and please share it with others if you don't mind. Much love and namaste, y'all.